is thinking.
I'm dedicated to it. I can't be stopped.
These shoes are made for walking, and I walk all over you. Gung, 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 gung. And look at these shoes. You know, I never consider what I'm going to wear on stage. Welcome back to the Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire, where truth, logic, and common sense is like rocket fuel on a campfire. Where you can roast your marshmallows within a quarter mile of my ass with those flames of freedom coming out. It's so beautiful I can hardly stand myself. But I stand myself adequately to give to you, to provide entertainment, education, truth, logic, and common sense. But these shoes are given to me up in Wisconsin where we raise money. Go to hunternation.org. I'm going to put this on the screen every show. Team, make sure no matter what, whether I'm talking about it or not, we just flash tednugent.com, where I'm signing all these flags and all these autographs and guitars and bows and arrows and raising millions of dollars for charities, including the Ted Nugent Camp for Kids 36-year celebration, 501c3 nonprofit, 100% volunteer children's charity. Barack. Man, that mango nectar is so delicious from Prime Cuts. But these shoes, they raise money. I don't never contemplate what I'm going to wear on stage. I go, what, do I have some jeans that are clean? Where's the lightweight stuff when it's 100 degrees and I sweat? I sweat so much on stage that you could flush a mallard from in front of my amplifiers. Barack. Man, I got some good toxic syllables coming out this morning, don't I? By the way, it's not morning. We film this, we tape this, we capture this on Thursday so I can go nuts all weekend. So this will air on Saturday. But tell everybody you know there's a Ted Nugent Truth, Logic, and Common Sense Spirit Campfire nonstop boogie woogie chillin' on Real America Voice. Not only just Ted Nugent Spirit Campfire, but Shemaine's Faith and Freedom. Holy smokes. My wife has turned into a force to reckon with. She was a force to reckon with when I met her October 3rd, 1988. Coming back from a European tour where I had sworn off women for the hunting season. I literally said, no women. No girlfriends this hunting season, just gonna be me and my bow and arrow and my dogs. Then I met Shemaine at the radio station. Oh well. So instead of love at first sight, she couldn't keep her hands off me. Actually, she was so aloof. It was like, I understand what's going on. I'm a hunter. She provided the challenge. And I'm the master of ambush. So Shemaine and I have been together for 36 years. We got married the following January 21st, 1989. We have a beautiful son, Rocco, about to have Rocco's going to give us a grandson this summer. So much going on. Seems like a campfire. I can go on tangents. And I know it's ugly out there. There's the threat of more violence from the people who have Trump derangement syndrome. It's that simple. Tom Morello, you got Trump derangement syndrome. You're deranged. I love you, Tom. I can still love you and identify your derangement. You're supporting looters, Tom. You're supporting arsonists. That's not a protest. So you don't think that we should be able to force immigrants to be legal? Really? So illegal immigrants are okay with some of you people, obviously. Some of the people are. They also think men should go into women's bathrooms and locker rooms and guys can claim they're going to have a baby and that Pete Buttigieg qualifies to be a leader of anything and that Kamala Harris qualifies to be a leader of anything and that the Supreme Court Justice Jackson, who is a woman, refuses to tell you what a woman is, but she gets to make supreme judgment calls for America. This is Planet of the Cuckoo's Nest. This is Clockwork Toxic Orange. And you people against Donald Trump are the toxic horror story of America. We're divided. You support looting, we don't. We support women competing against women. You support men destroying women's sports while claiming you're for women's rights. You people are retarded. Yeah, your brain. While you were sleeping as a child, someone opened your skull and replaced your brain with a sun-baked turd that was already turning to dust in the wind. Maybe that's what Kansas was writing about. Dust, we're all just dust. I'm not dust in the wind. I'm a middle finger in a hurricane. So anyhow, these shoes, like I said, I don't plan on what I'm going to wear on stage, but I'm wearing these shoes at Waukesha, Wisconsin on July 18th. Watch for my shoes. I'll be dancing like an American faggot. And those shoes raise money for military heroes. What was last week? General Leroy Cisco. What was the name of his military charity? We'll put it back in the screen in post-production. But Ralph Puckett Jr., First Lieutenant, United States Army. United States Army, 250 years old on the day that the America Trump derangement devils want to protest law and order. Yikes. So you got to be prepared. You got to be cocked, locked, and ready to rock the Glock around the clock, the whole Spock, Dr. Spock, because the whole flock needs to get flocked up. So go to armslist.com. If you're unarmed and helpless, I don't want to break your heart, but you're unarmed and helpless. Foolish decision. Be cocked, locked, and ready to protect your life. There is evil forces out there. There are evil forces running amok out there. And the Democrats not only allow it, they encourage it and help orchestrate it. So be armed, know your firearm, have it on you. It's keeping bear, not keeping truck, Texas. It's not keeping safe, Illinois. It's not keep and gun range, New York. It's keeping bear. So go to armslist.com. You should join up. Do it. Just do it. Your life is worth protecting. I know almost everybody on my side is already armed to the teeth. I love you people. You should see my everyday carry. It's like I'm going to Fallujah. Anyhow, armslist.com, America's firearms marketplace. Just support them because they support my unadulterated, unlimited, irreverent, truth, logic, and common sense, real America voice, spirit, campfire. Also, Tucktec kayaks. It is kayak season, people. Made in the USA, 855 Tucktec. Hard shell folding kayaks. They support my First Amendment. They support all the things we believe in. God, family, country, Constitution, Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, law and order, good over evil, work ethic, goodwill and decency, God-given individual rights as guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution. Those kinds of things, armslist.com and foldupkayaks.com. Write it down. Buy your dad a kayak. You can fold it up. It's portable. You take it down to the creek. I know they claim it's a creek, but it's a creek. I don't have a creek in my neck, but I have a crick in my neck, and I also have a creek going into the fen. It's a crick. You had to cross the creek to get to the beaver. Have you killed a beaver this week? I'm killing beavers. Beautiful hides. We don't send them to Europe for hats. We keep typing the code Campfire, 30% off, made in the USA, 855 Tucktec or foldupkayaks.com. Just write it down. These are the world-class American-made products you should purchase along with MyPillow.com. But Tucktec hard shell folding kayaks, the code is Campfire. Because what is life without numerous campfires after all? So anyhow, there's so much going on. I got Jackson and Coco here in the, look at this. I met with the Michigan Great Lakes Gun Rights. Great Lakes Gun Rights. And look, they made me this beautiful flag. Look at this. The second, there's Happy Jackson. I got another couple hundred coins and patches from law enforcement and military this week. Thank you so much. And the people that send me stuff, you don't need to send me stuff. But it's like Christmas every day. Look at this. This is crazy. Look at these. This is Relentless Knives. I love knives. I've always got at least 3 knives on me. In fact, here's the beautiful thing about my life. I'll use my knife to open up my new knife. Just put an edge on that. That's a cold steel. Is that what that is? Cold steel. Anywhere, anytime, cold steel. Right there, cocked, locked, and ready to rock the Glock around the clock, Dr. Spock. Anyhow, but these babies, they claim they got some new proprietary Gonzo technology where it never loses its edge. Barack. Look at that. Look at that. It's a nice grip. You get a good purchase on that. They come in all different lengths. I mean, my God. Barack. My goodness, I got a lot of gas this morning. Here's a long-ass one. We got a new Felicia. So anyhow, I'm going to use these. I will bloody all these knives. These people, by the way, a big salute to the mad scientists out there. Relentless. That's the story of my life, huh? That's like Tim Wells' Relentless Pursuit television. Which, by the way, I know the Spirit Campfire is a riot, and I provide sanctuary. I am your escape dad. I'm like the Houdini of political cluster crank. When you're with me at the Ted Nugent Real America Voice Spirit Campfire, or with Shemaine Nugent, Real America Voice Faith and Freedom, even though she digs into the tragedy of corruption and criminality, and there is remedies. The most important remedy is the spirit of the wild. Get outdoors. Get a bow and arrow. A big salute to Bear Archery, Neil, and everybody at Bear Archery. Bear Archery, the home of Fred Bear, where Fred Bear's spirit is still alive. Fred Bear. Look at this bow here. Was signed by Grandpa Gordy. This is my beautiful bear. Thank you, Brian Schubeck. A beautiful bear. Anyhow, thank you everybody at Bear Archery. I'll shoot this sucker in a minute. Everybody at Bear Archery, every time you shoot an arrow, every time you go to the range, that's why the Ted Nugent Camp for Kids saves children's lives, because God gave us certain gifts and you use them with me.